Welcome to Module 4, where we will be focusing on fostering early and emergent literacy. Let's go ahead and pop into the Blackboard site. Okay, in the folder for Module 4, it should look very similar to the ones before, but you can see your objectives there. And one of the things I wanted to point out with this chapter is that the author talks a lot about how early and emergent literacy is continuously evolving. This is not you start on Monday and you're done by Friday, but over a period of time, students are evolving along a continuum. And so part of your role as a literacy educator is to determine where your students are on that continuum, which is what you worked on in the last chapter with assessment, and then support those students as they progress along the continuum. So this chapter provides a lot of information on different techniques, different principles, different strategies that you can use to focus on the use of print, ABC knowledge, or alphabetic knowledge, phonological awareness, and so forth. So you're going to hear some new and learn some new terminology along these lines. Phonemes, graphemes, blends, invented spelling, and so forth. And so you may have heard some of these words either in the classroom if you're working in a school system already, or if you've talked with different literacy educators, or perhaps in some of your classes that you've taken so far. So the good news is when you finish this module, you will certainly be in the know with this terminology and how it applies to literacy education. I do have, as one of your additional resources here for this module, Appendix C, which has a handful of informal assessments. You will be using that with a student during this module for your project. So you will want to make sure to plan ahead and work with a child, preferably a younger child if possible. It can be a child who's related to you. It could be a friend. It could be someone in a classroom, or so forth. So just a heads up there that you will need a child to work with for this. As you're working through this module, certainly watch the video, your anticipation guide with the chapter as normal. And then review that Appendix C for informal assessments, because when you get into your project, you'll use that. You'll have to choose one of the assessments. The discussion board forum for this module still focuses on fostering early and emergent literacy, but it looks at it from the angle of the parents. So really think about, as you're going through all your different materials for this chapter, really think about the role that parents play in fostering this emergent literacy. You have your discussion board post as normal, your Chapter 4 quiz, same format, and then your project. Your project has 5 different activities in it, your typical vocabulary activity, and then 3 activities where I have provided some links out, some different resources for you to work with and reflect upon. And then, as I mentioned before, the final activity is where you will conduct one of these informal assessments with a child. So let me know if you have any questions as you work through this, but I look forward to seeing your work for Module 4, and have a great day.